It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Saturday, the 16th of July. I'm Michael Groff. Excessive heat and thunderstorm chances. Once again, those will be our two major challenges to the forecast today. Any thunderstorms that occur this afternoon will also have the potential to produce strong, perhaps even damaging straight-line winds, as well as blowing dust. And for the rest of the forecast period, a gradual downtrend in temperatures will occur, along with a continued low-grade monsoon forecast. All right, let's talk about it. First, we'll look at the almanac from yesterday. 112 degrees the afternoon high. 88 was the morning low. The normal high, 107. The normal low, 85. And looking outside right now at 8 a.m., we've got mostly sunny sky out there. 93 degrees at Sky Harbor, but it is muggy. Dew points at 65. Relative humidity, 39%. The winds are light, and the barometer is steady. The weather pattern here across the southwest is fairly typical for this time of year. A rather strong ridge is in control. An east-southeasterly flow aloft. The upper heights are a little bit above average, but rotating around this ridge is a weak disturbance that will move into southeast Arizona this afternoon, and that will help to trigger additional shower and storm activity. The watch warning maps still have heat advisories across parts of the Plain States, an excessive heat warning around the Great Salt Lake. And here in Maricopa County, again, two advisories to note. One, a high pollution advisory for ozone levels that continues through tomorrow, and the excessive heat warning in effect from 10 a.m. today through 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. The convective outlook, we've got a few marginal risks for severe storms, one across the Plain States, one over in the Middle Atlantic, and here in southern Arizona, the marginal risk level 1 out of 5 for severe storms. And again, the primary concern from storms this afternoon will be strong, damaging straight-line winds and, of course, blowing dust. And that will be especially prominent in that dust corridor along I-10. And so we'll have to watch that. And we'll talk about why that is in just a moment. And here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Saturday morning of next week, courtesy of the WPC. Rain amounts here in Phoenix, generally under 1/10 of an inch. Of course, more than that is likely across the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona and along the southern border of our state and in northwest Mexico. Amounts could exceed 2 inches down there. But as I always tell you when we show this map during the summertime, your amount will vary. Any localized spot can obviously get a lot more than what's shown here, due to the nature of thunderstorms during the monsoon season. So with all of that having been said, let's try to figure out the details of this interesting forecast right now. To do that, we'll take a look at the models. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run, and this is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And what you're looking at here is the upper chart. This is valid at 500 millibars, or about 18,000 feet off the ground. Got high pressure more or less around the four corners, a southeasterly flow aloft, and a weak disturbance rotating into southern Arizona this afternoon and this evening. What it means down below all of that at the surface, partly cloudy sky for today, hot and humid, and high temperatures this afternoon here in Phoenix, somewhere between 110 to 114, and I wouldn't even be surprised to see one or two spots a little bit higher than that. The only mitigating factor will be that higher humidity, especially this morning with dew points up in the mid-60s, that could preclude temperatures from getting quite as hot as they otherwise would. And then we will see scattered showers and thunderstorms developing across east central, southeast Arizona, as well as along the southern border of our state. And atmospheric parameters definitely favor storms producing strong, gusty, perhaps damaging straight-line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And to show you exactly why that is, let me show you. This is a forecast sounding. This is coming from one of our convective allowing models. This is the 3-kilometer NAM at 8 p.m. tonight here in Phoenix. And I know to some of you, especially those of you new to this channel, new to these videos, this is going to look like a bunch of Klingon. It's just gobbledygook. But this is a snapshot of the atmosphere essentially at that time. So what I'll do here is highlight a few of those factors as to why we expect the potential of strong, perhaps damaging straight-line winds today. First of all, thunderstorms will develop due to a number of factors. First, the lapse rates are rather steep, so clouds will be forming. Thunderstorms will be able to form here. Strong damaging winds occur when you have, first, in the lower part of the atmosphere, the lower 12,000 feet or so, you have the classic inverted V sounding. Very hot air with relatively modest to low dew points, and you can see dew points down in the 50s, temperatures nearly 110 degrees. Again, this is at 8 o'clock tonight, and so high dew point depression suggests dry air in the low levels of the atmosphere, and then it starts to more significantly moisten as you go up toward the cloud base. Speaking of that cloud base, it's rather high. It's at about 12,000 feet or so. So with cloud bases that high, heavy precipitation is not going to be a primary concern. In fact, with the lower levels of the atmosphere being this dry, some of that rain is going to evaporate before it reaches the ground, but it creates extra cooling in that lower level of the atmosphere, and that helps to perpetuate these outflow boundaries and strong gusty winds, downdrafts, and that's why we have D-Cape values, down shear, or downdraft cape, that's in excess or around 2,000 joules per kilogram. And so when you see that, again, that just highlights the potential of strong damaging wind. Now, atmospheric moisture is still there through the column. I mean, we have precipitable water values in excess of 1.6 inches, and mixing ratios are pretty decent. So thunderstorms will develop. I don't think they're going to have a problem developing. It's just the nature of the storms will be more favoring strong winds and blowing dust as opposed to rain. But some of you will probably see at least some localized heavy precipitation. It's just that it will not be widespread. So that is a little bit of an insight into what we're looking at here for today with our soundings. Now, by tonight, again, chance of showers and storms. I'm keeping the rain chances relatively low based on all of these forecast soundings, generally in the 20% bracket, but the probability that we'll see blowing dust and gusty winds is more likely closer to 50%. And then after that, we'll just have partly to mostly cloudy sky overnight with lows in the mid-80s to low 90s. And then tomorrow, we're left with just a broad brush, low-grade monsoon forecast, and that's going to be the theme to what we're talking about for the next several days. High temperatures tomorrow, still pretty hot, though, 109 to 113. It is unlikely we'll see enough rain-cooled air to really flush out the heat here. Then by Monday, our ridge is going to weaken ever so slightly. There will, at some point this coming week, be another easterly wave or two that serves to enhance shower and thunderstorm activity, but there's just no way to tell exactly when that's going to be. So again, a broad brush forecast that calls for 20% chances of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday. And any one of these days could wind up with higher rain chances thanks to easterly waves that rotate in here. We just don't know exactly when those are going to occur. The monsoon can throw us these curveballs from time to time. You get a big thunderstorm complex, one of these MCSs that develops across northern Mexico. It develops its own little disturbance called an MCV sometimes, and that can throw a complete wrench into the forecast. So at this point, that's why we keep it at broad brush. And temperatures will still be somewhere between about 103 to 108 during this time. Now, here's a week from today. This is Saturday, the 23rd of July. No major changes to the weather pattern. High pressure remains right around the four corners, southeasterly flow. And, the ridge will be relatively intense. Therefore, we don't expect a widespread, one of these high-grade monsoon forecasts, but still the continued slight chance of afternoon and evening showers and storms. Looking out 10 days, this is Monday the 25th, 597 ridge now sitting across the Intermountain West, north and east of us. So a continued southeasterly flow. But again, the ridge kind of intense, and with a bit more warm air in the mid-levels, that would tend to keep thunderstorm activity at about widely scattered as opposed to scattered to numerous. So again, slight chances of afternoon and evening showers and storms, and high temperatures trending back to perhaps above average levels. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix, this is going out through the 30th of July, coming off of the GFS ensemble. The mean is just a little bit over a half an inch. The control member way up there closing in on an inch and a half. Quite a bit of model spread here. Some members show barely anything. Others are up in the 1 to 2 inch range. You know how that is. And looking at temperatures off the national blend of models, very hot today, tomorrow. Temperatures do trend down and might even end up below average on a couple of days way out there toward the end of the forecast period. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. Music fans, yes, check it out. It is my streaming station. It's called KMGX, where we play, you guessed it, a ton of music. Have a lot of fun while doing that. Myself and the one and only Michelle. It is our labor of love. We do all the programming and all of the operations for that station. So do go ahead and check it out. I leave a link to it in the description. All right. Thank you so much for watching and all of your continued support. It is immensely appreciated. You guys be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a glorious Saturday.